Hi everybody, it's Diane here, right back with the Altar books, because I had an idea, believe it or not. This is like the very first page here, and as you can see it's blank. Well, okay. It's the very second page here, and as you can see it's blank. We don't have to cover text, that's nice. It dawned on me, didn't put any pictures of Buster Keaton in here. This was originally here, that's Buster and Catherine McGuire. So I thought, well, he had quite an association with MGM, as rocky as it was. Let's put Buster in here. And then, in case you didn't see the very first video, the reason I'm altering this book, I bought it at a thrift store and there were pages missing. I didn't realize till I got home. And the pages that were missing were photos of Buster Keaton, which is just ridiculous to me. But anyway, a friend of mine found the same book at a library sale, bought it for me, so I have a second copy. These are the pages that were missing. And they were full-size pages, too. So, I mean, okay, that's fine. But, you know, this is a little tip for somebody. If you're going to damage a book like that and then try to sell it or even give it away or something, write missing pages on, you know, on like the inside cover or the title page or something. That's fine. Then people know. You want to be really nice? Write down what pages are missing. It's Diane's old library tip for today. Anyway, so I shrank, well, these are off the internet. I could have scanned the pages out of that other book, but as you can see, they're so big. I wasn't even sure if they're going to fit on my scanner. This was a lot easier. So I took them off the internet. They're the same photos. This is from The Cameraman, 1928. This is from Sherlock Jr., 1924. That's Marceline Day. I don't remember that guy's name. Sorry. This guy either. He was usually like a thug in other movies. Anyway. And you're not going to be able to see. You see Buster's wearing spats there. How stylish. Those are just regular shoes. Okay. Anyway, Diane, you're all like hyper, not bright. Well, yeah. I haven't made videos lately. I've just been busy. I finally decided to make a video. My next door neighbor, I mean, just when I grabbed the phone, he started cutting his grass. So hopefully you can't hear that. Okay. I grabbed this paper. I thought these film things might be fun on here. Let's cut one out and see. But yeah, I don't know. I think my neighbors have some sort of camera. They can see what I'm doing. Instead, I haven't been able to make a video for a while. I'm short. And I actually had time and I had an idea and blah, blah, blah. I get the camera and there goes the lawnmower. Which is probably pretty smart of him because we're supposed to get rain in a couple hours. But that doesn't help me. And I was kind of thinking on this page too of writing, explaining that bit about these pages missing. And to be honest, now I don't remember if that was it. As I recall, it was only Buster Keaton photos that were missing pages. But whether that was it, now I don't remember. But yeah, for someone that's a Buster Keaton fan and you buy a book and the Buster Keaton pages are missing, it's just... Diane, you have such good luck. I know. Well, I think I'm going to do it over because that's just negative space up there. Yeah, that's kind of fun, although that pushes this down. If you ever watch this movie, there's a scene where they go riding around on this motorcycle, and there's a scene where the driver falls off. That's actually Buster doubled as a driver and falls off. Okay. We could put our writing stuff here. Do we want to just write? Do we want it like to open in some cool secret way that I'm not too great at. You know, actually, this is kind of neat because it looks like, I don't know if that was intentional on their part, it looks like film melting. Or like damaged nitrate film. Which isn't actually so cool, but I have a feeling that's just coincidental. I don't know, maybe not. It's cool, intentional or not. And we had an above average hot day today. Gotta live without that too. Okay. What else want to complain about, Diane? I'll try to watch it from here on out. Okay. Well, as much as Diane likes starting with white, that is kind of boring. Do we want to add? You know, you could go with blue because this and this. This, I believe this was the first page I did in here. This is one of those Spinnerin magazine girls. And this movie was The Navigator, and they're in sailor outfits, so I was trying to be kind of nautical. And that movie came out in 1924, and I left the little information there about that movie. Well, you know what, Diane, we're not talking about that page. Yeah, I know. Well, all right, tissue paper. 1 second, it's right here. Do I have blue? I don't think I have any more of that light blue. It's kind of bright. I don't really like it with that. Just 1 more second. All right, I don't have any more appropriate color tissue, at least not up here. I do have more elsewhere, but I don't think I have that light blue anymore. Anyway. Well, you know what, Diane, you should decide what you're doing. You don't have to necessarily cover that area if we're gonna write there, right? Or make a secret open thing or a pocket or something to put this interesting information in. Nah. She's looking. I know this is boring for you guys. She's not finding. This is boring for me too. I'm not finding anything. Well, all right. I won't worry about the background right now. What do we want to write? Or I could make like a magnifying glass looking thing and write in the glass part. What is she saying? What is she talking about? What I just said. Or do I want to get like a journal card, which anything could, whoops, sorry, it's my shorts ties. It's so hot today, I have shorts on. Anything could be a journaling card. Hang on. She's making us wait again, I know. I have a box that is actual journaling cards and a few other things, but well, I don't think that's great, but it's acceptable. I got a good deal on these things one time, so I bought a bunch of them. Although some of them were printed kind of off. I mean, I think that's off. See, that's definitely off. To me. Maybe they thought it was cool, I don't know. See, you're criticizing again, Diane. Sorry. And some of these are just like scrapbook paper ones. This is cute. That's fun, but that goes a lot better. It reminds me of the drones in Jeeves and Wooster. Anybody knows what I'm talking about? Probably not. Yeah, why break your record, Diane? Oh, that would match nicely. I could write in the middle there. While you were out. Yeah, somebody stole pages. All right, that's it. Okay, I could write on here. I could stamp something here with some sort of title. But yeah, we need some sort of interesting, nice background thing. Well, let me trim this so we can think about that. I don't think I want to paint because this is kind of, you know, very textural. And if I think I think if I paint, it'll be just like too much, too busy, which means you need something plainer or more definite. This is really old. I remember this paper. Okay. Well, let me move the journaling cards here. Or journal cards. I never knew which it is. Does anybody know what the official thing is? It journal cards or journaling cards? Does it matter? No. This is ridiculous, but it just occurred to me I could put in text. I was so thrilled there was no text on here for me to cover up. Wouldn't that be funny? The irony of all ironies. Nah, I don't like blue with that. Alright, let's grab some text and see what we think. The Ethel Merman Show. I didn't know she had a show. It's the radio. I hate to say it, but that's not bad. I don't know if Buster knew Ethel Merman. I never heard that they worked together or anything. Okay. I have some text stuff here. Otherwise, I mean, I've got all kinds of books and stuff. Sam Spade. That's a detective, in case you don't know. Isn't that who Bogart plays in? Is it the Maltese Falcon? One of those. Okay, I think I'm going to do that, which is really strange. Okay, I'm going to pause. Calm down. I'm going to put some text back there, kind of like, well, I will use these, but like this, not heavily texted, if that makes sense. I'm going to write my little story, and I'll see what I think, if I want to cover it in any way or leave it. And then I think, you know, it needs some doodad things or something. It's okay. Come back. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. It's all glued with the exception of these little doors because I'm not sure what I'm doing, so I'm going to use washi tape, and that may dictate the color or whatever. So this is scrapbook paper, and then the other side, the bottom of this had kind of a design, and the way it was cut, it looks stupid. So I added these little slides, or scrapbook paper too, and then I put the info about what pictures these are, which I almost wish I hadn't done that because I could have like put those here, but I did. Okay, notice anything different? You'll have to go back and check. I added paint to this square rectangle frame here because this was all plain, so I kind of emulated that. Okay, and tell me what to do with it now. This is a big blank nothing here. I don't know. Cameras cross my mind. These match the time period much better, but I'm not impressed really. I sort of like these because they're colors, even though the time period doesn't match. Well, let's take the blue one. I don't like it. I'll just use it on something else someday. Am I going to write anything or do anything on the bottom of that? I don't know. Am I going to have any kind of other words on here other than what's written under the doors there? I don't know. I even let this sit for a little bit because I didn't know. I was waiting for something to come to my mind, but nothing really did other than cameras. That's okay. Just one sitting there looks stupid. I would take two. You know, you could put a picture in these frames too, but I didn't want to cover up scrapbook paper there. I thought it was cool. Well, I kind of like that. Okay. Except now you still have this. You can use something down and around here too. I'm sorry, I really don't know. Arrow crossed my mind because he's pointing. It could have arrows across. That's kind of dumb. Doesn't really mean anything. Unless it's pointing to the information there. I'm not sold on that. I'm looking and stuff, papers here. I don't know, what if you wanted to, would you write just like missing pages or question mark, or I don't know. That's why I'm not writing anything at the moment or spelling anything out. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, oh, here's a couple other cameras. Well, they're pretty much the same as the other ones. I have a camera that's like this. It's my grandmother's. Kind of cool. Yeah, why don't we talk about that, because I don't know what else to talk about. You know, you could put a flower there. I don't see what that has to do with anything either. You know, more film stuff. It's already there. I don't want to do that. So Diane's just going to talk about what she doesn't want to do, I guess. Yeah, what a great segment. She has no idea. I really don't. Once in a while, I get stumped. Generally, I don't. Well, you could just throw something like that around. It's random. It doesn't mean anything other than a decor item. I'm not sold on that either. Well, all right, I'm looking at flowers. Well, we can't tell that you're looking at flowers. I know. Just as an example. Wait a minute. There. Another paper there was going to get bent. Well, that matches nicely. No, I should cut that. Okay, we'll stall around and cut the border off and put it in with the borders. I usually check that when I buy these papers. I missed this one somehow. Okay, I still haven't bought any scrapbook paper for quite a while. I'm just not seeing anything I love. Well, all right, I'll take one of these. I don't know. Yeah, we know, Diane. You've made that abundantly clear. It matches. The colors are nice. But like I said, I don't really know what it has to do with anything. Other than the fact it exemplifies, I didn't know what to put on here, right? Okay, that's kind of getting somewhere. I guess it's okay. What if one was down on the bottom? I bought this paper because it was on sale. I wasn't really overly thrilled with it, but it's working out, isn't it? All right. Put one more up here. I don't know if this is too big. If it is, I'll just cut it shorter. No, I think that's going to be okay. All right, these are different colors, so let's alternate there. Okay, depending on the washi, I may move that to there. Okay, that's good. Well, I like this camera. Let's put this right there, right now. I thought that painting that frame in was going to be a royal pain. That's why I didn't do it on camera, because I thought I had to fuss with it a lot, but it actually worked very quickly, very easily, so I should have filmed it. It might have been more interesting than this, right? Okay, good. A little off center. Okay, do we need this color, this tan or a gold somewhere? Could do that. Could drip or spatter gold paint. That's not a bad idea. All right, well, let's see about a washi. Blue, no. Real blue. That might work. That's okay. You know, it goes with the blues. I don't know that it goes with the doors so much. Let's see, is this the right box? Yes. We have, and we could overkill the film thing. That would be all right. I think it's too much. Could just do a kind of generic sepia. These are watch faces. I think I like the blue or the film better than that. I'm too busy. I have plain colors, although nothing is dark. And this is that tape that's starting to act up. Alright, I think that's the best so far. Let me grab those colors. Oh, they're right here. I see them. Whoops. Oh, there is gold in here. Let's see. Might be too flashy. Well, what do you think? All right, I'll go with the gold. Okay. All right, I'm gonna cut and glue these flowers, put the tape in, maybe do a little gold paint. I guess I'm not putting in a word or anything. I don't know. It could use something that might help. You know what I mean? Pull it together. Think about that. Okay, hang on one more time. Okay, I'm back. It's done. And before I forget, Buster and Ethel Merman were in Mad, 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 Mad World together, but they had no scenes together. Anyway, I did some blue spatters, some gold drips, some metallic gold. I found the word surprise. That worked out fine. I think I would have liked a little bit of a bigger word, maybe a phrase, but I decided I'm going to look through 2 magazines. Either I'm going to find something or that's it, no word. So that's what I came up with. The doors are on. If you do something like this, leave yourself room for tape. I didn't do that, I forgot. So I split tape in half for the inside, but it's fine. I think that's it. And considering I had no clue in the beginning, as we all know, I think that turned out pretty nice. Okay, everybody, thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a nice day.